So the defendant buying the gasoline. We had the gasoline can in front of the home, not with the others.
Right.
Near the living room where the fire originated. Let's bring in our guest to talk about all of this. Criminal defense attorney Jeffrey Wolf, and a friend of the program. Nice to see you. What's your major takeaways right now where we are in the trial?
Well, this is damning evidence, right? Because we have had testimony that there was accelerant on this victim when he was found, and that accelerant was gasoline. And so when you show somebody getting gasoline the day of, it's going to be damning evidence. And this is somebody who was brought to light later, and this is going to be something that the defense is going to have to answer for.
And how are they going to do that in cross-examination? I ask that because they've been pretty zealous and aggressive and a good defense team, but how do you cross something like this? Because a fact is a fact, and she seems pretty credible, even though she testified she really didn't want to be involved.
Well, I think that what you say is you have to get involved. You know there's this tragedy in your town. You know about this fire. You know that you saw somebody who was involved in it buying some gasoline. Why didn't you come forward? Why didn't you volunteer this information? Why is it conveniently available now? Why do you remember these finite details of it now? This is too convenient. That's how you have to present it to the jury.
Ah, that's a good approach.
Yeah, and you know, it's kind of surprising that so many witnesses always have problem remembering what happened so long ago. But this woman, she's just like, yeah, I remember that. Her credit card was red. You know, I mean, it was just
very different.
All right, we do have to take a break right now. Jeffrey, you're going to be sticking with us all hour. Thank you so much. Coming up, an update out of California for the murder case against Monica Simontilli. Can you believe it? They're finally in closing arguments. We'll take a look.
You said what?
Still with us, criminal defense attorney Jeffrey Wolf. And Jeffrey, I think the defense attorney also is trying to follow breadcrumbs and do little things to discredit this witness, starting with the glasses. Did you wear glasses at the time? How was your vision? You don't know how your vision was? Or you weren't the custodian of the records? No. She's not acting suspicious? No. But is it enough to either affect the credibility or prove that this didn't happen at the gas station?
Well, the glasses thing is the My Cousin Vinny moment, right? What do you wear? Glasses. And what are those things? Leaves. And what are they on? Trees, right? That's the My Cousin Vinny moment. But what really worked in here is that he actually got under her skin. She goes from being this mild-mannered, just the facts ma'am witness to being somebody who's now super annoyed with him and feels like her moment in the sun is being tarnished by this pesky defense attorney who just wants to talk to her about what she told to who and when. And I think that the prosecution is doing what Shakespeare said, the lady doth protest too much. He's asking a very simple question. What did you tell your sister that day? And he's getting this roundabout answer from the witness, and so he's asking it again, which is what you should do. Instead of asking the judge for help, saying, make her answer my question, he asks it again to get the answer he wants, which is she did not tell her about this, and she did not tell the detective what she is telling this jury, and now she's getting annoyed because the level of detail she is telling this jury is not the level of detail she told anyone back then. And she remembers all this detail, but she doesn't remember what she told the detective. I don't think she has the same level of credibility now that she did before.
That's a good point. And, you know, I love his reference to My Cousin Vinny because that's what the courties are saying online. You know, they're also talking about his tone of this particular defense attorney. What do you make of that? Do you think that he's losing the jury a little bit, or he seems a little bit combative?
Well, he was combative right away. What I was always taught by my mentor, Ski Johnson, is the rule of escalating punishment. You only punish a witness who has earned it. And he started punishing her before she earned it. If he had held off on that tone until right now, when she's gotten snippy with him, the jury might have bought it up, or ate it up, I should say. But he did it too early. Great advice on how to be a great defense attorney. Thank you, Jeffrey Wolf, for joining us this hour.
All right, coming up, more testimony there in Michigan. Plus this, the grandmother sentenced today for that death in the hot car.